peace of mind can do wonders. ठीक है ना एकदम. So now where do I see? This one? You can continue the answer. Hello and welcome to the second episode of Coffee with Top CAs. Today we have Arnav Jain, who's the CFO of a well-known listed company, Mrs. Bectors Food Specialities Limited, who are well known for its brands like Cremica and English Oven. And Arnav is a CA rank holder himself. We'll dive into your personal stories and reflections to learn more from you. And thank you so much for coming here, taking out time.
Thank you for having me here. It's a pleasure.
So Arnav, to kick things off, we'll try to figure out where do you hail from?
So I'm born and brought up in the city of joy, Calcutta.
Great to hear. That's my favorite city, and I like the sweet people there, sweet language. I like the sweet called Sandesh.
Correct.
So what do you like most about Kolkata?
So since I'm born and brought up there, it brings a lot of nostalgia for me. All the good fond memories are there, and obviously the vibe of the city and the food of the city. So that's like really amazing.
Wonderful. You have had quite the journey. You have moved across different cities during your career. So how was it working in different cities? Was working away from your hometown challenging, or did it ignite your drive?
So I'll say it's a mixed bag. So on a personal note, you miss, me being with your family, with your friends, especially on, occasions and festivals and stuff. But professionally speaking, back home in Calcutta, the number of opportunities are very limited. So from that perspective, I had to move out. And, I have traveled across different cities like Delhi, Gurgaon, Calcutta, Bangalore, Panipat. But what it has helped is you get to meet so many people, you get so much of exposure with different cuisines, different cultures. So that has been really enriching. And frankly, my wife has been really very supportive of this, because I call myself as a modern day Banjara. So she has kind of bared with me all through.
Yeah, working away from hometown is so difficult. It pinches so much. However, when you see people are proud there, it brings a smile on your face.
Sure.
Let's take a walk down the memory lane. During your student days, did you envision yourself in any other career or in any other profession other than chartered accountancy?
Frankly, back in school days, I was a decent student, but I was not aware of any of the professional courses. So, in fact, my becoming a CA was a by chance encounter with a friend wherein, I came to know about all these subjects and then kind of picked one, and, the journey started. In case if I was not a CA, probably I would have, joined my father's business back home in Calcutta. So,
actually, back in those days, there were no internet and it was so difficult to be aware. And
correct.
Only the friends, etc., used to tell us that what needs to be done. So, do you think, Arnav, that friends play a pivotal role in shaping your paths?
Of course they do. Our entire thought process, the way of our aspirations, the way of life that we are living, the kind of things that we do, they are all influenced by our inner circle, which will be like friends and close relatives, because they inspire you and they kind of navigate you, because your circle of influence becomes the people whom you interact on a daily basis. So your thought process changes a lot according to them.
It happened in my career also. My friends only, they directed me to a vacancy which I didn't know in my earlier company. And so I think friends really shape you in your life, in your career.
Correct. Maybe becoming a CA is, friends gift to me.
Great, yeah. So shifting gears a bit, I know that maintaining a balance between health and wealth is a bit tricky. So how do you maintain that balance? First of all, do you believe that being healthy is as important as building financial success? And if yes, then how do you maintain that balance?
I think it is, of course, yes. You need to balance between your professional and personal stuff, and personal thing will include the health part of it. And back in school, I was very active, played all kind of sports, and in fact, by chance, I also represented West Bengal team for a baseball tournament, which happened in Goa. And then career happened, and for some part of that career, I kind of gave up on that. But fortunately, I reached Bangalore, and where I picked up running. Well, my body may suggest otherwise, but I picked up running, did a few 10Ks and 21Ks. So I think that is one mistake that I did, which any of the listeners shouldn't do. So as you progress in your career, you should definitely continue some sport, some activity which you like, and you should continue that.
So wow, that's interesting, Arnav. CAs are considered quite boring, but I think you have been able to maintain both your health and wealth, and then that's so interesting. So, Arnav, moving on to the next question, and that's a very serious kind of question. So, we have all have faced certain challenges in our life. So, any bias have you faced in your life? If you can share your experiences, that would be really helpful.
So bias against me, no. But you have been in situations where there has been a certain bias towards a certain individuals, wherein they will get favorable increments, they will get assignments which will give you more visibility. So those things are disheartening at times. So, but yeah, so those are the things that.
What did you do actually to overcome that?
See, in those kind of situations, the way I handled it was to control the controllables, which is focus on your work, do your best, and then wait for the right opportunity. Because gathering the learning and doing your best is the two things that you can do. And then when you get an opportunity to move on either internally or externally, then you take that call.
Really well said. What you can do is just focus on the controllables itself, and I think
Right.
good deeds do come back. So, ethical dilemmas do test us sometimes. So, has it happened with you that somewhere you face some ethical dilemma, and how did you overcome that situation?
So fortunately for me, pretty early in my career, I joined one organization which both of us share. So that left three words with me, which and from an abbreviation perspective, I call it TIC. So which is truth, integrity, and candor. So those have been my guiding principles in terms of navigating through these kind of journeys.
Everyone faces such situation, and I think with truth and candor, I think that organization which you're talking about has inculcated that spirit in all of us. So I would like to reflect on your inspiring story, Arnav. You come from a very humble beginning, your mother being a school teacher and father building his own business. I would like to know of one dream that is still unfulfilled or which you like to achieve in future.
Professionally speaking, when I started my career, I wanted to have CFO designation under my name. So thankfully, last year I ticked that. So now, if life gives me an opportunity, I would like to do a multi-country role, which is something like a regional role that MNCs offer. And on a personal front, skydiving is there up on the list. So that's something that I should be doing sooner.
Thanks. I've also not done skydiving before, but assuming that it will give a lot of thrill.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay, so that brings me to my next question for the Gen Z listeners tuning in. So you secured a rank in CA. Was there a strategy behind it, or was it because you were a naturally bright student?
No, I don't think it's from a naturally bright student perspective. So I don't think there is a strategy which can work on this. But frankly, there are few things that I can talk about. One was having good sound sleep. Fresh mind works better. Secondly, doing group studies, because typically what happens is when we go through, there will always be someone who has read something which others have not. Then taking notes and suggestions of different teachers. So like you're taking tuition from someone else, I'm taking tuition, so exchanging notes and exchanging the understanding. So that, and then what is very important is that you should unwind. So there has to be some thing that will take you off your normal studying schedule. So again, fresh mind will work better. And then last 7-8 months, there has to be a single point agenda, that there is nothing else that matters to me in life. So those are the things that work for me, but I don't think there is a strategy as such.
Very well said. I think peace of mind can do wonders for you, and just not focus on study, but also that peace of mind, be very calm and composed during your exams. I think that can also do wonders. Finally, what advice do you give to the young professionals starting out and who aspire to become like you?
So first, I will say believe in yourself, and second will be ambitious. There is no shortcut to hard work, but at the same time, you should be following your passion with the same zeal. Because that's how life will happen. So following both, I think, is something that will take you what you aspire for. So be ambitious.
Awesome. So, Arnav, I'm in awe, and I'm sure all the listeners are in awe. Thank you for sharing your personal journey and your thought process. I think many will benefit out of this conversation. And thank you so much for coming here. For our listeners, keep learning, keep growing, and keep picking up such stuff. And, just apply, and you'll do wonders. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me here. And in fact, I am in awe with what you have been doing. So you have a very successful professional career. Along with that, following your passion and doing something like this will also require a lot of effort, a lot of hard work. And so taking out time for this, following your passion is, really inspiring.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Arnav.
Thank you.